Hi, this is Michael Dorlin, Anderson Henderson Dorlin from the Cult of Writer Days, and I'm here with Bishop Sarah and Dr. Jess. Do you guys want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
And the kid.
And the kid, because Orion decided to bail, and the kid.
Ryan has valid reasons for bailing, but we welcome back the kid
Yes.
and their sage wisdom.
Okay, so here's a question for you, a little quiz that I was putting together for today's point and everything like that. Where was it? Pop quiz. So what were you mad about 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
See, that's the hard part, is like, because everything is so fast anymore, you can't remember 2 weeks ago. Like,
exactly.
It's moving on to something, it's the distraction and the misdirection so quickly of moving on to the next thing that it's like, oh yeah, 2 weeks ago, let's see, was
middle of
Renee
January.
was already killed.
Was it January? It feels like it's like March right now, to be honest.
Well, 2 weeks ago would have been the middle of January. In the middle of January, I was I don't know. I mean,
what happened with the
Renee,
administration
good?
2 weeks ago?
Renee Good.
Was
it must have been Renee Good.
Renee Good. It was Renee, the murder of Renee Nicole Good. I remember because the 2 weeks ago, Tuesday, I was at a protest.
About what?
About
the murder of Renee.
well, no, it was about
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say political organizations on here?
Are we going to use the word?
You can't say any words or yes, you can. Of course
Okay,
you can.
Okay, it was about protesting ICE's use of AI surveillance, like so that they could like get into cameras and like racially profile people, and basically like just watch us. And that was what the protest was for, but it was mostly it was an anti-ICE protest, just like the one on Friday. But it was on a Tuesday, and it was not. It was very, very big, and that was the protest that I talked about last time.
So here's an example of how we can use deflection and distraction to fight back against the algorithm banning us for that entire statement she said.
Oh,
because it's going to try. So see, we do things like this: LSD. CIA,
LSD,
FBI, LBJ.
LDS.
What are you doing?
I'm putting words in so when the algorithm scans our video, it doesn't just focus on ICE. It focuses on other terms that will get us onto other different lists.
Oh,
So you want to be on all of the lists?
LDS.
If we're going to be on one, we might as well be on all of them, you know? MI6. Let's just make it international while we're at it. 007?
007.
Yeah. See, now you're thinking of it, you know?
Well, that's not what she said.
Yeah. UPS.
Abraham Lincoln
See?
was an inside job.
What? What did you say?
He said the murder of Abraham Lincoln was an inside job.
Well, yeah, of course, because it's a theater and it was raining outside. They had to do it inside.
I did like the quote from Abraham Lincoln on the theatrical review of a movie that came out this last weekend.
Which review was that? Of
it was
what?
the second worst thing he's ever seen in a theater.
That's, are you talking about
good.
the Melania movie?
I wasn't going to name the movie. It doesn't deserve to be named.
There's
yes.
a lot. That's like, you know, there's a lot of Melanias out there that, you know.
I do like how the dress looks like a redacted file.
Yours was really fitting.
It does. It looks like a redacted file.
You're not going to go out in a dress that's not fitting, especially if you're that stylish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see how you're trying to stop it, you know. See, that's another way of distracting and deflecting. Humor. Use the humor to distract and deflect. We do have something. I do have some actual points here for distraction, deflecting, and things like that, that there are technically 3Ds that you can use to do this. Okay, so much like our 5 tenets, we can always break something down into a series of numbered talking points and everything. And in this case, we have the 3Ds. Dissembling, which is lying, but it's fancy.
What is it?
Dissembling.
Oh,
Dissembling.
dissembly.
No, dissembling.
Dissembling.
Much like
Okay.
they're doing to the Kennedy
Disassembling?
Center. They're disassembling the Kennedy Center.
Disassembling.
Disassembling. You're
The point
forgetting a
of-
syllable there.
Okay, basically,
Argentina.
it's
Disassembling.
fucking lying, but it's a fancier term for it. Okay, so
Okay.
it's okay. So that's the first D. So we have to have a D. Lying doesn't start with D, so it doesn't work. So you have
You know
to
what?
do something.
Oh, I can't say that. I'm so sorry.
What did you say?
Nothing. The kid said nothing.
What? What did the kid say? We're
Say
not
it.
going to move.
All right,
I
so
was,
disassembling.
I was gonna say, you know what else starts with D?
Say it.
What else starts with
There's
D?
so many things I could say after that.
One thing you're gonna say.
First one I was gonna say is dick, and then the second one was D's nuts.
Okay, that's the
And there's
youth
the
of
voice of the youth of
America.
America.
That's the youth of America, people. Okay, number 2. What is number 2 for the number 2D in this? Distraction. Look, it's a squirrel.
Give us a chance to answer.
Well, you had a few. I gave you more than enough time to answer on.
I was
on a
too
YouTube
distracted
live
to
stream.
answer.
Look, you guys got to keep the movement going here with this conversation. You guys need to watch some
All right,
more
well,
What's
so
your third
disassemble-
D?
Distraction, and then what?
discrediting.
Okay.
Oh,
So we
not
discredit the media, we discredit the...
The guy who told you the truth, he's ugly and his mom dresses you funny, so don't pay attention to him.
Yes.
Huh?
These are valid Ds that allow them to deflect. Well, I guess we could put deflect in there too. So maybe 4D. Maybe we could come up with one more D and then we'd have 5 to match the tenet.
Why would we want to?
This is I labeled this video as education, people. Okay.
Oh,
We're
education.
We're labeled as education, so we're supposed to be teaching people things here.
I can teach everyone about the tally method.
Oh Jesus.
Or we can just do something else.
Hey, Mr. Tallyman, are you gonna tally our
No,
bananas?
It's chemistry. It's chemistry, dude.
So again,
How
we're
is
being
it-
distracted from
how
the main
is it-
topic.
Yeah.
Don't ask me questions. Then I'll start explaining things.
I just don't understand why we want to give these 3 points. Are we saying that misdirection is a good thing?
No, we're saying that if you're aware that misdirection is taking place, then you can actually do something to combat it. You can do something to
Okay,
react to
so
it.
misdirection
thing,
is
it's
taking place. We see the misdirection. What
do
are we
you
going to do?
understand what the misdirection, how they're doing it?
I wonder if, in a we have the three Ds. If we had another set
G's
like, the
nuts,
same
dick,
amount of-
and
Another set of the same.
another set of it starts with a different letter, but it's ways to combat each individual thing. So the first one has a specific thing, the second one has a specific thing, the third one has a specific thing that just gives us one of the ways to work against that.
it's nice to see that you took your medication today.
I took my morning medication. I didn't take my afternoon medication.
No, my point is that was actually a pretty reasonable comment, and it made a lot of sense. Oh, look.
Okay. Richard's here. He'll put us back on track.
Yeah,
Which track are we going on?
if anything's gonna distract us, it's the.
So we've got 3Ds.
Yeah, D's nuts, dick,
I'm
and I don't know,
I'm with
dopamine.
Dorothy.
hit.
Dumbass.
company.
Oh.
Dumbass. Yeah.
Dumbass.
Penis. It's like penis with a D.
Anyway,
Okay.
Welcome to the conversation, Richard.
Hi,
We are talking about distraction,
distraction.
and
I can see.
disassemblement, or
Well,
whatever.
we were
However,
talking-
Michael mispronounced disassemble.
No, it's dissembling.
dissembling.
Dissembling the conversation.
Dissembling is lying.
Yes, exactly.
I
But
don't
it
care
has
if
a
somebody
D,
else knows what the
and
word means.
It's D, and it works alongside the other two Ds, so we have a collection of Ds.
Disassemble.
Okay.
Jeez. So we're
You
talking
really
about
like D's,
distractions.
don't you, Dad?
No,
I'm
actually,
so sorry.
Alice. Oh, disarming. There you go. Disarming. We could come up with 5 Ds. Dissembling,
Why do we want
distracting,
5?
discrediting.
Why aren't we coming up with more distraction instead of
I like
solutions?
Instead of actually trying to pull it back in.
Guys, keep it at 3. 3 is a happy number.
5 is our number for the cult.
Okay, so come up with 5 ways to combat misdirection.
Or you could come up with 3. You could come up with
Purposes.
3 of those things, and then 2 ways to combat all 3 of those things,
Okay, that works.
equaling the
Equaling
things.
5. That's a perfectly obscure, obtuse way of dealing with that.
My bad.
So let's
Dr.
redirect
Justin
back to
also
the
good.
Dealing.
point.
Dealing
So
with your
how do you
distractions.
combat
There's a
it?
D. Dealing with it. Richard did have a comment of a way of dealing with it. So let's turn it over to Step Pope Richard because he missed half the show.
Oh, so I don't even remember what I just said.
Because we're so distracting.
Probably, yeah.
Well,
Oh, get a job doing substitute teaching. That's fun.
I don't even know where to go with that one. I'd say I'm a little disoriented, to be honest.
Disoriented. Yeah. Okay.
Please don't use
Okay.
air quotes like that.
Disoriented.
I'm a little disoriented. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Very good. All right. All right.
I've tried
So
to be really
how-
nice all day. It's not working very well.
You don't have to. This is a safe space. We can all be dicks that are
as well
dissembling
as me.
everything we're talking about. We're not going to discredit everybody, though. We're all equals here, except I'm the leader. So we're all
I
equals.
still am
except
going to go
for
back
that.
and ask you the same thing. Like you've told us the ways to notice whenever we're being misdirected.
I
So
don't know.
what are we supposed to do about it, oh leader?
I don't know. Let me scroll down this thing she gave me that said we should talk about these points and everything. Oh, she has why it works on us. Says we have ADHD, so literally and some medically. Outrage is exhausting, and we're already tired. New shiny anger is more intense than old boring anger. That works. That maps. And we're doing our best. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look. There's a section here on how do we talk about this without being insufferable.
You
Alice
should
really
have read that
has.
first.
Yeah, probably before you were on air.
Alice has really pegged us on this one.
Don't worry, I'm still here.
Hey, you guys are all part of it. This is a council meeting. Let's just suck it up, okay? Let's see. So we can laugh at the con artist, but we can't laugh at the marks because that's punching down. Okay, what do we actually do? Here we go. I found the spot. All right. So instead of arguing about whether the distraction is true, just say, that's a distraction, and ask what we're supposed to not be looking at.
Yeah. See, I see that on Stephen Colbert, his monologue. He'll routinely stop in the middle of things and say, "Hey, what about those Epstein files?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then now we can say, "Hey, what about those murders in Minneapolis?" Let's not forget those people.
That was so last week, Richard. We're way beyond that.
exactly the
Or
But
point.
was
that's
it-
why
or
that's
was it
why we
2
have to
weeks
keep
ago?
going back to the point.
I'm trying to figure out how many weeks January had. I'm pretty sure there was 6 or 7 of them.
It seemed like a long
It
month.
seemed like January had 6 or 7 weeks that we
Dad,
lived
Yeah.
through.
stop making 6-7 jokes. I'm on the floor. I can't do the hand
6,
motion.
7.
Thank you.
It was purely accidental. I had no desire to do that.
Dude, every month. Look, wait, guys. Every month has 4 weeks. I don't know why you think that there was 6 or 7. Every month has 4 weeks.
Because it's been so long. It took us forever to get through this month. We are only day 2 in February, and it feels like we've been through a year of political. Day 3 of February, and it feels like we've been through a year of political trauma.
We were talking about that in algebra.
Yeah, because it's mathematically improbable that there's 6 or 7 weeks.
Stop doing the
January.
6-7.
No.
Yeah,
But,
you can cut
kindergartners
that part
are doing
out.
that now?
Feel free to cut that part out. This whole
It's
Anyway.
it's a thing, like, because even like the youth has noticed it. It feels like so much has happened in such a short amount of time that it just blurs together for us.
Mhm.
Well, and like you were telling me today, kid, right? Like it's just surreal what's going on at school.
It's really surreal what's going on. Because we're having ICE protocol training at school to prepare us for if we have an interaction, to know what warrants look like, to know what to do, to know how to react or not interact. And we're having these in my high school, and for me it like I've watched a lot of like history stuff. I've watched a lot of like horror that's based in certain time periods where that stuff was more akin to being at war, and like it's like if there's
keep
these
the
big
conversation
things
going.
happening. What?
I'll be right back. Keep the
Okay.
conversation going.
It's like it reminds me of whenever they used to have like the duck and cover. It reminds me of like that living in fear. And that is what we're living in right now. And the reason why we're able to acknowledge it and get the word out that something is happening, I feel like, is social media. And they didn't really have that back then, where it was more like locally spread. And now it's more globally spread via our access to social media. And
Well, and it was one thing to have active shooter trainings, which was terrifying, but I can't even imagine now having ICE training.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it was bad enough worrying about whether or not a nuke was going to land.
Hey, duck
somewhere
and cover
nearby.
was sort of fun though.
The only
'Cause
duck
you
and
gotta
cover I
get out
ever
of
did
class.
was branded as tornado drills.
Well, we did have tornadoes up there.
That is true. I wonder sometimes if they just decided that since we were probably just going to be vaporized anyway, it wasn't really worth the trouble. But it was quite a bit less, even as scary as it was quite a bit less scary than, hey, the people who are supposed to be in charge of, running things are actively coming after you. We never trained for rogue policemen.
We should have.
Well,
We should have practiced that when the Iron Wall was up and the KGB were acting in the USSR. We could have watched what they did and learned, I guess.
what we're doing for these trainings is like from my understanding, because we have like a whole school meeting once a month, and they give us a rundown, of what we're going to be like understanding if like ICE approaches us. And they showed us like images of warrants, and they told us like if they come to your house you have to have like specific addresses. And they told us all of this stuff, and that's not even like half of the stuff that they're going to cover in the training. And that's where I'm just like, it feels like the fact that we need training for how to interact with people in general
Hmm.
is scary.
Yep.
And the fact that we need to like be in like stay informed and be informed that like even if we follow all the right things, there's still this risk of violence.
Well, and the people who are supposed to be protecting us,
Yeah.
we need to know how to deal with them.
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest surreal part for me is that here's these people who are supposed to be protecting us. And I mean, from what I can gather from when people side with what ICE is doing, they really feel like they're doing stuff to protect us.
This is why
Yeah.
I choose not to interact with people as much as possible. It
People
makes
suck.
it a lot easier and everything.
Yeah. I wrote to one of my senators,
Okay.
and I got a letter back. I got an email back.
So it wasn't a complete exercise in futility.
Let me just excerpt
They spent
from
postage on
Was
you.
it a form
They spent
letter?
postage. Well, they spent postage. So
I mean, it's clearly something that somebody put together for routine.
that's your tax dollars at work, people.
She starts off fine. The recent loss of life in Minnesota is tragic, and I support independent investigations into these fatal shootings. Deeply troubled. I'm also deeply troubled by the inflammatory rhetoric emboldening individuals to insert themselves into law enforcement operations. Although ICE operates throughout the United States, Minnesota is an outlier for confrontations with ICE. And she just goes on and on. Increasing
Kyle
violence
Rittenhouse.
directed at federal law enforcement. Please be assured I'm a strong defender of the Constitution. Yeah, right.
Kyle Rittenhouse. That ends that entire discussion right there.
No, that was Wisconsin, not in Minneapolis.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's nationwide. It's
However,
somebody
these
inserting
protections do not
themselves.
permit
Him have again.
protesters
Somebody-
to obstruct law enforcement officials from carrying out their duties. I've got to walk down there. She's got an office downtown. I got to go
I've been doing
print stuff out.
I've been doing the resist bot stuff. I don't know if you guys know about that. Like it started up with the first term where it's pretty easy to send out emails to your senators. Just look up resist bot. But it just sends me a text and I send out emails to my senators. And I find it funny because they're definitely form letters because I get the same letters back all the time. Mark Kelly's is very Mark Kelly-ish. And Siscomoni is like, I don't know, he's a douche. He says, I'm representing all of the people, you know.
Well, see,
He's not.
you said last week that protests seem pretty useless. It seems like that would be almost more useless than a protest because
I agree that
'Cause
I
I
don't
could-
think that any of it is actually going to make change. I think the only change that we can make is whenever we actually help each other out. I think we have to organize and we have to be in a group that's organized. So giving money to the ACLU, giving money to the church groups that are going out and actually feeding people, like
giving money to
being
us,
part of the
yeah.
groups going out and feeding people. That's the only way, you know,
Patreon.
being an organized group is the only way that we make a dent.
I think the way that you can connect with those organized groups is through protest. That's how I've interpreted it. It's how you can connect with others who share a similar view and who understand how what's
Or
happening
click on
right
the
now
Patreon
isn't
link below.
okay.
Patreon link below. Attend one of our
joining
live
an
events.
organized community of
We're organized
like-minded.
a bit, but we do have an organizational structure that people can buy into. So like if you sign up for the cult to be a member, you'll fall under one of the three houses of the cult: Bishop Sarah, Step Pope Richard, and Dr. Jess. And then you can recruit people underneath you. And so if you recruit like 2 people to follow the cult underneath you, and then you'll be under Dr. Jess. You will build a solid foundation.
I've
So
heard
not
of
only
this
can we
before.
be really bad at
This
being a cult, we
pyramid
can be
scheme-
really bad at being an MLM.
Yeah, because we obviously are losing a lot more money at the top than we're gaining from the bottom by far. So we would be a completely failed LLM right from our MLL.
MLM.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I've been
yes.
doing AI.
Yes.
I did an AI presentation
is.
today, so
Yes.
my letters
Okay.
are all screwed up.
Can use some verb
LLM,
talking about the pyramid scheme.
JKL, FBI, CIA.
JFK?
See, I'm throwing that algorithm off again. See, we've already deflected from your conversations about ICE, so this algorithm's going to get all of us on a bunch of watch lists, not just one.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh. But back to what I was saying, I think that's the only way to actually make a difference is to be part of a group that's making a difference.
Well, let's go back to the deflection because I've got a couple other things on how to deal with deflections. And the first one was actually naming the technique they're using against you. So when we're talking about the Epstein file, which one of those 3Ds are they using? You know, understanding their techniques allows you to combat it. It's like, you know, you can't disarm somebody with judo unless you know judo or something like that. It sounds reasonable. Number 2, though, is ask what the other hand is doing. Always ask what the other hand is doing. When something big happens, look around, see what else is going on. Don't just focus on the big thing. So when we bomb Iran this next weekend, we need to look around and see what happened on Thursday or what happened on Friday that resulted in them bombing Iran on Saturday. So
Didn't he just bomb another? I don't know.
Oh,
There was another boat or something
heat.
that happened this morning.
You mean
no,
Oh,
really?
wait. Okay. Wait, I have a point. I have a genuine point.
Okay.
Okay,
A
well, I
genuine
mean, it's
point.
kind of stupid. But in this beautiful book called Backwards and Forwards by David Baum,
God.
this beautiful book called Backwards and Forwards by David Baum, he talks about how every action, like there's triggers and there's heaps. So you get the trigger, like the start of the action, like what causes action, then the heap, and then the heap becomes the trigger. So he goes over that, and then he says that the only way, like, to fully understand things is because, like, if one of his examples is like you go into a bookstore and you pick up this book, and you check it out, right? So we have like you going into the bookstore, you finding the book, you taking the book to the checkout, you buying the book. But looking at it that way, you could have gone into the bookstore, found a completely different book, bought that book. You could have gone into the bookstore, found this book, and stolen that book. And in that way, he says that it means that there is an infinite number of possibilities if you're just looking forward. But that's why it's important to look backwards. If you start with the ending, he uses Hamlet as reference. You start with how there's this action, there's this ending. What triggered that? What was the trigger for that? And you look back and you find the trigger for that. And then you're like, what triggered this? And that's what I'm understanding of what you're saying is you have to, like, because sure, that's an acting book, but it applies to the real world because the only way to understand why something happened is by looking at what happened before that and what happened before that.
Join us
Sorry.
on Thursdays for convoluted, confusing, and cryptic book reviews by the kid. Live
Right.
on the Cult of
No,
Brighter
did
Days.
you guys not understand that?
No, I did. I understood it. You're talking about the antecedent or the trigger to the behavior and the consequence.
And I was saying you need to take this on your own show.
I tried to write down all the stuff that's happened in the last I don't even know. I think I
2
put
days.
I tried to do the last year of all of the things that have been boom, 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 boom. And I overwhelmed the AI.
Yeah.
think-
Because it's been
yeah,
so
like-
much. If we try to look backwards, it's overwhelming.
Yes.
Yes.
We look at it too, like, we have a distraction, like for those of us in Tucson, we have what would be a local story normally, but because of a certain person is involved, it is now a national story.
Mhm.
And it's overwhelming that narrative of distracting from what is going on underneath on an actual national scale.
Which
Mhm.
means we go to the third thing that we pointed out on how to deal with this, which is accept that you can't be mad about everything. It says you have a finite amount of outrage, budget it. Some things will get past you. That's okay. You're not a bad person. You're a person with limited cognitive resources being fire hosed by professionals. So figure out what you're going to be outraged by. Epstein files are a good example of it because the Epstein files are definitely something to be really, really, really upset by. And it might be worth more time and effort to be upset by that and call out these Trump supporters for supporting this type of person than to call out them in terms of Argentina or in
Argentina.
terms of
Venezuela.
whatever. Argentina.
There was
I
stuff
just
going
think,
on in
okay,
Argentina too.
Okay.
Look, the thing with Argentina is they're just making sure they have a place to go to, like the other people that went down there after that war.
What
They're
are
just
you
setting up-
talking about?
Now he's talking about World War II.
Oh my God.
That's where all those people went. That country is very accepting of people of that nature.
Yes, they took in all the Nazis.
Strangely enough, though, boys from Brazil didn't really talk about Argentina with that. Anyway, that's another distraction. So that is something to pay attention to. What can we be mad about? What's it worth our time? Number 4, find the absurdity. If you can laugh at the con, not the conned people, but the con, you're maintaining perspective. Humor is cognitive self-defense. Now, Dr. Jess has a problem with this because we watched Saturday Night Live and she could not find anything funny in last week's Saturday Night
And
Live.
a big chunk of it, yeah.
That's why I watched
Yeah.
the opener and Weekend Update, and not very much in between.
One of their segments was blatantly racist, and it was like, how did that even make it on TV?
Because it's getting normalized right now. That stuff's
Mhm.
getting heavily normalized at this point, where that stuff is gonna be back on TV, and that stuff's gonna be back like nationwide of
Least-
being like quote unquote okay for people to view. And it's just gonna get worse, and we're devolving back into having media that is blatant stereotypes, blatant racism. Later
Well,
on, like
They tried to make it like it was funny, but I didn't find it amusing.
no, I find this stuff, like a lot of the stuff that's happening, like just in general, and then the fact that people will make jokes akin to like that stuff, I can't find it funny because stuff is genuinely happening and it's genuinely upsetting, and laughing at it takes away from that fact that it's happening and
Mhm.
it's reality and it's what we're living through as people and as a community.
On the other hand, I can laugh at things like Trump having a stupidly long tie or small hands, you know?
Did you see the redacted
It's-
photo that they did from the
it's-
Epstein file of the man at the podium?
No.
They had a picture because they were redacting things from the Epstein file, so they had a redacted picture of a man at a podium with a long
Okay.
red tie and a blue, but they redacted the face. The face was blacked out.
Sorry, it's for me, like my point is just
I mean,
like show, like not like the reality of it can be funny, like the stuff like that Dr. Jess said, but then like the joking about it and the making comedy out of like racism and out of stuff that's genuinely happening, Like,
Not
I can't
funny.
find that funny.
Right,
There
which
are
goes
topics
with
that,
our, but
Yeah.
that follows our tenet of we're allowed to make fun of it, we're just not allowed to punch down.
Mhm.
right.
And
Making fun of racism isn't so much making fun of the victims of racism, making fun of the victims of misogyny, but looking at the absurdities
so
of
yeah, I don't know. I've been watching the Mel Brooks documentary, and now I'm thinking about Blazing Saddles and like how that could never be produced again. But it points out racism in a
Absurd
humorous
way.
way. Absurd
a-
way. Thank you.
yes,
Absurd way. Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, almost lost a mine car, a rail cart. Good rail cart. That was one of my favorite scenes in that one because
Mhm.
it's still valid today. That's the thing. We haven't changed any from the 70s and the 60s to today. It's
Mhm.
still freaking, if not worse, honestly, and everything.
All right.
But
Do you have another way to combat
I have
this?
one more. I have one more because you
Okay.
wanted 5, and
Yes.
so Alice already
No,
came
you
up
wanted
with
5. You're into.
Now, Alice came up with 5, so we're matching our
Okay.
tenets, okay? So just, all right, snarky everything aside, okay? So we need to remember that failure is mandatory. You're going to get fooled. We're all going to get fooled. The question isn't whether you'll fall, it's whether you learn anything from it. So, I mean, on a plus side, a lot of us have paid attention over the last 10 years, and we've learned a lot about how
See,
this
that's
stuff
part
happens.
of the thing that I'm pissed off about, right? Like, we supposedly learned something from the first round of this, and then we had 4 years of people doing nothing to fix it. So did we learn anything? No, because then he gets elected again. So
But we learned something from that. We learned that people in office, even if they're the opposite party, don't frickin' do anything to fix it. They don't want the system fixed. Democrats don't want the system fixed. They want it stabilized.
Mhm.
If Vance or somebody like that was in office now, we wouldn't see as much fighting as we see from the Democrats, which is almost no fighting anyway. They would posture and preen like peacocks, strut around, and still vote for everything because it's just they want it's corporate capitalism. They're both pawns of corporate capitalism, and that's just what we are. We're a commodity to everybody. The problem at the same time is we're a consumer. So it's almost like a snake eating its tail. So our culture is almost like a snake eating its own tail. We're consumerism and we're capital, but at the same time, we're the consumers. We have to purchase and produce. And that's what we do. We purchase and produce and generate wealth for the higher at the top. Okay, I'm going to get off my communist rant there for a minute. Now, I don't think communism's any better right now, largely because the main problem of all these systems, which are basically humans are dicks. So, no offense, Richard. Because that's sort of true for you in a more, literal sense.
I've been a dick all my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my point there is to wrap it up is we have some things to do to pay attention, to recognize, to see this stuff is happening. We need to focus on that. Understand what the 3Ds are, because if you don't pay attention to what they're doing, you can't combat it. And then figure out the ways you can combat it with the 5 ways that we figured out. Wow, that would make a good article for this week.
it would.
Yeah, you should write that up.
Yeah, speaking of writing up, everybody needs to be turning in their Jeopardy questions so I can write my Jeopardy questions, because I can't write my Jeopardy questions.
Jeopardy
until everybody
questions
does
for
their
what?
questions.
Why are we coming up
Oh.
with Jeopardy questions, Michael?
Why don't you explain it, Sarah? Because my headphone's going to die here in a second. I got to switch over to my other ones while you talk.
So we will be doing Pop Culture Jeopardy at Poppin' Off here in Tucson. And
Saturday.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Uh,
Saturday.
What the night? What's the date Saturday?
Oh God, no! I did it myself. Shit. It's either the 7th. I want to say. What's Saturday?
Okay, I'll believe you.
What's today?
I have
Saturday
to
is the
look at the calendar.
Saturday's the 7th
7th. Yes.
Saturday the
7th.
7th.
because this is a Friday the 13th month.
Yes.
I don't really know what's worse with that. You guys have.
And I like it because February is that perfectly square month this month where it fits on your calendar perfectly. 4 perfect weeks. No hanging
So-
chads.
Oh
So-
wow! You know what? That makes we should make a bingo game. What is Trump going to do today? If we would have known that, we could have done that. Like,
That's
M2.
true. It could have been an excellent bingo game.
well, we still can do it. You just the
We
top
still
row. Everybody gets the top row filled in. We'll go for blackout. Trump shits
I want-
himself. There we go.
Well, that's already been done. So this.
That's what I
so
said.
we're
We
good.
can just all
Yeah.
point that down there. We can figure out obvious ones and everything.
Okay.
You know, that's
so,
fake
anyway,
news,
we're gonna
right?
have
That's
anyways,
fake news.
Pop culture Jeopardy at popping off.
On Saturday.
And what the
Saturday
hell is
at
the hell is
6:30.
pop? What the hell is pop culture?
Popping off is a wonderful pop culture little retail store in the middle of Tucson.
Right, but what is pop culture? Did you explain what pop culture Jeopardy is?
Fandom Jeopardy, basically. Like,
Oh, is
we
that
pick
what it is?
It's
Fandom.
fandom. Like, so we pick something that people are fans about, and then Jeopardy.
We did have some
Yes.
complaints last time, so we have to restructure and everything. And when you guys write your questions up, keep this in mind that we can't have a topic that somebody can dominate 100%, like Lord of the Rings or Pokemon.
See, I
or-
disagree. I think we should have those because.
Did you watch that guy?
Spread it out.
That guy walked all over
That-
Pokemon. Boom, 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 boom. And those questions were tough. I
Right.
couldn't.
That's why I also have a whole section dedicated to Catherine O'Hara because I think like we just need that. That is relevant here and now. We need that trivia. We need some other trivia that's relevant to the here and now and not Pokemon. We're trying
Pokemon
to be
is
more
still-
elaborate. Like we're trying to like be more
Well,
diverse.
Catherine O'Hara as a topic is diverse. It's spread out. It's
Yes.
not like a single.
There's many things she did.
Exactly. I mean, Pokemon questions can be scattered across topics, but like, instead of having a John Carpenter column, which the kid would dominate, or I would, because the kid was playing last time, 100%, we have movies or horror movies, something more general.
Mhm.
So that's popping off this, when? Friday? Saturday?
Saturday.
This Saturday, so popping off here in Tucson. If you're local, feel free to come by. I'm still trying to get people to go along with this online participation so people can play remotely as well as locally, because we are trying to build a more large-scale community across the internet as well as in person. I do want to say that we do have a book that's out, published. It's on Amazon. It's listed under Dr. Jess because she did all the work on it. It's the Oops Journal. There you go. Thank you very much for the Oops Journal. It's now available for sale. If you do buy a copy, please review it so we get some traction on that. If you watch this video, throw a 7-word comment at the bottom of it so that we get some more traction against the algorithm. If you want to volunteer to do work for us or help us out with anything, that would be very beneficial. It's very obvious that we need somebody to run these live streams because the person talking on the live stream, trying to run it at the same time, who's worked all day is definitely not a good mix. Thank God I'm not drinking at the same time. Otherwise, we probably would never get anything done.
Which is why the first 5 minutes of this were not entertaining at all.
It had our slideshow going and our music going. It just didn't have us. So it wasn't like the last 3 times where we didn't have any audio from your side or something along those lines. So
We're learning.
Exactly. Yeah. Anybody who doesn't like it, fuck off. I mean, shut up. No, wait. Yeah, fuck off. Anyway, step 5. Our Patreon link is below. We will spend your money in a useful, productive manner that contributes back to the community. because we're already spending money to contribute to the community, and whatever you throw us is going to be nowhere near making up for that. Anything else, everybody? Let's go around. Any last comments, Dr. Jess?
Just try to keep your heads above water out there.
Okay. Bishop Sarah?
Just try to remember that the people that we're dealing with are people, and what, even if we don't like to people all the time, they are still human beings.
And Step Pope Richard?
Spring is coming.
Great. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're the rest of us are here in Tucson going, what? It's 75.
And just so
And
everybody remembers our topic today, there's 3 types of distractions and disillusions. There's dissembling, distracting, and discrediting are tactics that they use. And it's important to remember those, because the ways we combat that is by naming the technique they're using to actually distract you. Are they dissembling? Are they distracting? Number 2, ask what the other hand is doing. So when something actually happens, pay attention to what's actually going on, because it's usually more important than the thing that's in front of your face. Number 3, accept that you can't be mad about everything. Let's conserve some energy and let's focus on being angry about the most important things at the moment. We can get to the other stuff after we take a nap. And number 4, find the absurdity in it, because there's tons of absurdity everywhere, and the only way is to figure out how to make jokes about the Kennedy Center, which I haven't been able to think of any really good ones yet, but I'm sure I will be able to figure some with the disassembly of the Kennedy Center.
Shutting it down is better than a boot to the head.
Well, shutting it down is, for the reasons he said, is disassembly, which is dissembling. So he disassembled anyway. And 5, remember always, failure is mandatory. So we're going to suck at this, and we're going to screw up, and these people are going to pull the wool over our eyes, but that doesn't mean that we give up and lay down. Thanks everybody for watching the good news, or the good word. Good news is daily. Good word is weekly. This is the Council of the Cult of Brighter Days. Michael Henderson, Anderson, Dorland, Step Pope Richard, Bishop Sarah, and Dr. Jess signing off. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Oh my God.